Youth homelessness. As a community, it is our responsibility to protect and support the most vulnerable members. But how can we support those who don't have a secure roof above their head, or who don't know where they'll be sleeping from one week to the next? To even consider approaching this, there's a whole lot more that we need to understand about youth homelessness.
I had some family issues when I was younger, and it forced me onto the streets.
The average age, if the homeless person lives in the streets, is around like 40 years old.
So I had to started like living in a home, and then was moving from home to home on friends' couches and stuff like that for a while.
It's a lack of support that young people can be gaining from traditional resources. So things like being able to claim certain benefits, that the young people are not entitled to now.
It's a variety of reasons, of course. Maybe it could be like a loss of financial security. It could be, unfortunately, that some people are put into a position where they're just put onto the streets.
It's the affordable housing and the lack of it. The reality is that the rents are astronomical, even for people who are earning quite a bit of money. Wages haven't been going up and in line with the cost of living, which again has put so much pressure on people. The family home sometimes isn't a safe place for someone to remain. What if you're dealing with someone who's suffering from mental health issues like post-traumatic stress disorder, or has been the victims of domestic violence or exploitation or radicalisation?
There's a high prevalence of mental health issues, which makes engaging with support sometimes particularly difficult.
What about those young people who don't have this support network? And there are many of them. How many people are out there who are not currently getting the support they need? Are we teaching young people the things that they actually need to survive? No, we're not.
There's things like practical skills to kind of make them more independent, so learning how to kind of look for jobs, learning how to kind of live by themselves.
We were never taught how to budget money. We were never taught how to cook. We were never taught, how to survive on £10 a week. Actual proper skills that we needed in order to survive. I hate it when I hear things like the homeless community, homeless people. I hear that all the time, and instantly we're tagging people, instantly we're putting people into a box.
There's sort of like a stereotype associated with homeless people. Don't approach them, they're dangerous or they're fraudsters. Certainly you hear stories in the internet and on like public tabloid press about how homeless people are not really homeless and they're just dressed up as that. And so there's sort of like a social stigma associated with homeless people, which isn't necessarily true.
I think one of the main problems that could still be addressed on top of volunteering and fundraising would be trying to create more awareness for the problems homeless people face, and to kind of create an awareness that they are just people too, and they kind of suffer problems like everybody else.
A lot of people would get the impression that when you talk about people who are homeless, that you're dealing with people who have been on the streets for a long period of time and are there probably because of a set of circumstances that's probably of their own making.
People seem to see homelessness as just the people on the streets, and there could be 50 people on the streets in a city, but hundreds of people that are kind of sofa surfing and things like that, and that's more of a problem in itself because it's harder to see, it's harder to identify, and then harder to help.
The reality is that in our projects we have young people who are at college, who are at university, who are working. We are also dealing with young people who are dealing with serious mental health issues.
So as part of the research we conduct here at the University of Birmingham, we deliver the My Strengths Training for Life programme at a homeless youth charity called St Basil's.
St Basil's has existed for 46 years. Our whole ethos is about making sure that the young people aren't homeless.
At St Basil's, they're trying to re-engage these young people with society in terms of, whether it's going back into education, getting a job, going on an apprenticeship, that kind of thing. We run a 10-session programme which is informed by strengths-based psychology. So we very much focus on the assets and the strengths that these young people already have. And we try and sort of channel them to build their awareness on these strengths and see how they can use it to re-engage with education, employment and training. We've built their awareness of the strengths that they have, so then they can go into job interviews and, you know, that typical question, what are your strengths? Hopefully they'd be able to list that off. To hope that they'd sort of then have positive relationships with other kind of external people. I'd want them to feel confident that they could go on to achieve whatever they sort of set their mind to.
Programmes such as St Basil's provide an essential safety net for those at risk of or experiencing homelessness. However, even they acknowledge a need for improvement.
I think one thing that we're really keen to integrate even more into the programme is sort of the integrating with the community more.
With homeless people, would be integrate them into society so that there isn't a great big divide between homeless people and university students.
We want to try and establish links with like various different organisations, local communities, local groups, and sort of try to plan sessions around them as well, because I think that's a really good way of sort of integrating the young people into the community.
We propose a series of active skill-based workshops held in the local community to improve on work already being done. Our sessions will be focused towards developing practical life skills such as managing finances, how to shop healthily on a small budget, self-presentation skills, and crash course in paperwork. Our sessions will be held in the local community, including banks, supermarkets and community centres. The sessions aim to take young people beyond the bubble of the homeless community and create a positive environment for them in society. We aim to build self-confidence and break down the negative perceptions by society and young people alike.
If the community, could embrace this situation and realise, what, all this work starts well before people end up in the streets.
Having the idea of sort of like business people coming in and doing it themselves, I think that would help in terms of like not only the stigma that other people have of youth homelessness, but actually sometimes perhaps the perception that the young people have of like these sort of top level business people as well. Bringing those people together would be a really cool thing, be really positive, and hopefully there would be a way that both groups could get something from those workshops.
The sessions would be open to anyone, targeted towards 16 to 25-year-olds who are in unstable situations, primarily those who are homeless or at risk of becoming so. As such, we would act as early prevention. Sessions would be held fortnightly to bring structure to these young people's lives, with regular leaders to build strong, dependable relationships between the young people and positive role models. Friendships between participants would also be encouraged through team-building activities such as sport-based sessions to create a positive community and support network.
Sport is like a really good platform to kind of socialise anyway, like the amount of people I've met just through sport, and kind of linking that into homeless people would be a really good way of getting like new connections, building bridges, and I think it would be a really good idea.
To account for varying personal circumstances and different learning styles, attendance at our workshops would be open, allowing individuals to be flexible and commit and attend in a way that best suits their lifestyle.
The ultimate principal aim of it is to prepare young people for real life. It's all about early intervention.
Through this project, we hope to give young people the skills and confidence needed to become self-sufficient members of an integrated community.